Hello everyone and welcome to Hybrid Budgets. Welcome back after Christmas. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas. Ours was just manic. It was literally from me filming that last thing on the Friday. It's been a bit non-stop, pretty much all the way up to New Year's Eve. So it took me quite a while to go over my finances and review those. I got a new binder, so I was trying to set that up as well. So I will do a separate video on the setup. I'm just going to do my December close down. I'm umming and ahhing whether to do a year close down. I think what I might do is just do a video separately of sort of the new binder setup and then the close down from the previous year, because otherwise I was like, oh, there's just so much to film and record, and I'm going back to work on Monday, so I'm just conscious, and I've got quite a bit of coursework to do as well, so I was like, oh, if I just get this the December one recorded and out, and then I'll do the January one and then do maybe a separate video on the budget update. And yeah, quite a lots changed, and well, not changed, but quite a lot's been updated and happened, so let me go through it. So in fact, how do I usually do this? I think I do. This is how all over the place it is. So I'm just going to zoom in. Sorry, I'm also chasing the light a little bit because it is, my office is not great. It's got a, sorry, clean the lens. My light is directly overhead, so it goes quite shadowy. So I really need the natural light, otherwise it's just, I'm doing shadow puppets basically. Anyway, let's go into December. So it's all a bit weird in December. So salary was normal, so that's 2,900, and then it was 2,938, so that's more than expected, which is good. £70 from sinking funds, which I took out, so that's fine. Carryover was actually £1,051.74. This is because I had that extra money from my grandparents. It's usually not that much, it's usually just enough to cover the credit card. And other, so I took out, basically there's £20 which I usually get from my partner, but there's another £723.73 because my emergency fund account had come to fruition. So it basically, my first direct saver had finished, so I wasn't getting any additional interest in it, and it like stopped the direct debit, so it was just going into my first direct account for the last month, I think. So I withdrew all that, and I'm in the process of putting it into my nationwide saver, which again I think expires in March, but it's basically just to get as much interest as I can on it. So that's came out into my current account, so I'll discuss what I did with that. I also had £749.55. I think it was actually less than that because I kept some in my Monzo, so I'll explain through with that. Sorry if I'm rushing on. So basically my fixed expenses came to 1223.37. So I then had a leftover of, sorry, this one's wrong, so it's £3,829.81. Then my Virgin Atlantic came out, which is my credit card. Monzo Flex, that payment came out as well. Birthdays and gifts got 30, joint got 300, eating out got 200. Health, hair and beauty, I budgeted 30. I didn't actually put that in because why did I not put that in the end? I think it was a mistake. I literally just forgot to put in, so that didn't actually get anything, but there was money already in that account. Hobbies and entertainment got 60. Home improvement, budgeted 20, got 15 because I play split for that one. 52-week savings challenge, so that was the last I did of that month. So I budgeted 120, actually only got 115. Debt extra overpayment got £230. So this is where it all went a bit heebie-jeebie. So that money there, that £249.55, actually was, well, that's £749.55 was what was in my 52-week savings challenge, and then take out 500. Yeah, so it should be £249.55, which I think is these ones added together, equates to that income there. So that's fine. Yeah, basically what I did was save transferring it out of my Monzo into my Nationwide, and then doing a transfer from my Nationwide into my Monzo for next month's pay. I basically just left it in my Monzo. So things that I could transfer over straight away, such as holiday, Christmas, and and where's the other ones that landed in? Holiday, Christmas and Future. I just transferred those over straight away. The things I couldn't were emergency fund, because obviously that's out of my Monzo account, and debt extra overpayment, because that goes onto my actual debt credit card. So I've not shown it in this month. What I'll do is I'll show it next month, because it actually got deducted from what I sent over to my Monzo account, if that makes sense. So it's reading that I only paid £230 off in debt, but I'm basically paying that additional 410 I got from my 52-week savings challenge end of December, which is essentially my start of January 1. So that's the only anomaly really. Emergency fund, so I wasn't going to pay any extra over into an emergency fund. I technically haven't, but this is all the stuff that came out from the additional payment that came in, so from First Direct. So I initially transferred 270 into my Nationwide, because that's all it would let me transfer, because I think I'd already transferred £30 the previous month, and it was technically running from, I don't know where it runs from and to, but it accounted that £30 I put in last month into as like a payment for this month, if that makes sense. So you can only pay a maximum of £300 a month in. But then towards the end of this month, I managed to transfer another £300 out of that 700, which was in my First Direct, into it as well. And then I put 150 into a emergency fund account I've created on my Monzo. So all a bit confusing, but essentially what was in my First Direct account is now either transferred into my Nationwide account, which it all will go into at some point, or it's in a bit of a holding pen in my Monzo until I can transfer it into my Nationwide. So yeah, a bit confusing that one, and it did scratch my head a bit, because I was like, where's all this money coming from? I mean, nice issues to have, but still, I was a bit confused. Future, budgeted 70, got an extra 50 from the 52-week savings challenge. Holiday, budgeted 45, got an extra 105 as well on top from the 52-week savings challenge. And Christmas, I budgeted 90 and it got an extra 80 from the 52-week savings challenge. So that was really good. Mum and Dad got 25, so they got the remaining 5 from the 52-week savings challenge. So following that all through, my annual expenses all got the same, so 27, 21, 21, 14. And then my credit card expenses did go up quite a bit. So we put quite a bit on our card for the wedding. So wedding insurance, giving notice, registrar fees, etc. That's all gone on there. Work expenses came out. Fuel was slightly higher than expected, because we did do a London trip in our car, and parking was slightly less, so that was good. And then another £28 on food. So what I've done is I sort of just summarised all of the transactions that happened in that month. So I've just sort of said to myself, right, I need to take out £30 from eating out, £50 from hobbies and entertainment, and £260 from Future in the sinking funds, to just basically fund my credit card for next month, because it will be higher. And then I've done very similar, because this runs from like the 13th to the 13th of the month. So then carrying on, I basically worked out, okay, what was additional spending to what, because I usually just put my work expenses on it, but I did quite a few Christmas gifts on there, just because it's then got the protection of the credit card. So like a screw fix one from my dad, a couple of meals out I put on the credit card, and a craft gin club subscription, which is my mum's, which comes out yearly. Again, I put it on the credit card. So the subscription comes out on that credit card, so I'm just going to pay it off with some of the Christmas money and some from birthdays and gifts. So I've just noted that to myself. So roughly it's about £200 for the next month. So I've just sort of tracked all that out. So a bit confusing, but it finally made sense in my head. Right, and then this is the Closedown. So this is where I've tried to note all these weird things that happened in the, the emergency fund. So originally I had a Start to Save ISA with Nationwide that had £920. That's now up to £1,220. So that's really good. So it's basically moving everything from my First Direct into that emergency fund account. I did have an emergency fund account with Monzo that had 450. I basically took that £300 out, or was it 100 and 270? What was it? Doop, doop, doop. £210 out. So why is that more? Oh, it's because it's got the £90 from the 52 week savings challenge. Yeah, so that's right. So I had £150 plus 90. Yeah, 240. So I've got £240 in that account. So it was 150 originally, and then when I emptied out the 52 week saving challenge, I added that 90. So that 240 is basically next month going to go into the Start to Save ISA, which I have a nationwide, because that's at 5.5%, whereas this is only at about 4%. So it's, like I say, it's a bit of a holding cell. So originally it was at 450, took the money out to put into the nationwide. So that's why that one's gone up, this one's gone down, and then this will ultimately go to zero and go into this account. So yeah, a bit confusing. But yeah, basically I'm just trying to get as much in the higher interest one as possible. Holiday went up from £111.40 to £260, so a lot of that was the £105 from the 52 week savings challenge. Christmas was at £499.13. Obviously a lot of that got used, so it's down to £155.93. So what I've done is I've transferred £150 now to Future, and then the £5.93 I've put into the penny savings challenge, I believe. I'm just double checking. I thought I noted it. Penny savings challenge. Yeah, £5.93 from Christmas, £6 which was left over from eating out, and £1.73 that was left from Future as well. So where did we get to? Sorry, Mum and Dad. So they've got their last. So they got the £20 budgeted. They actually got to £25. Don't they? And that is, I'm basically gonna keep a, like, not add any more to this. It's just going to tick up with interest, but I'm just not going to touch it. And not particularly add to it at all. I've got a challenge next year, which is going to be the equivalent of my 52 each savings challenge, but I'll basically be stuffing a lot less money. So some of that might go to Mum and Dad, because they are going to be one of the categories, but I'm not actively filling up their account, if that makes sense. So that's pretty much going to stay static from now on. 52 week savings challenge, so obviously it was at £629.55. And then it basically went up because I put in another £120, well, £115 into it. So £735 got paid out, and then the rest of that, which was like various stuff like interest and stuff, which is the £1.73, I've put into the penny savings challenge. In fact, I think a lot more was in interest, but I just basically took out the solid £735, and then the rest I just put in penny savings challenge. So the penny savings challenge went from £56.26, and then it was at £65.05, but I added in the £5.93 for Christmas, the £6 from eating out, and the £1.73 from Future. So it's actually at £78.71, which is really good. In fact, let me just get a note now. I feel very rushed doing this. I hope you're all having a lovely Christmas. I just need to calm down a bit, I think. I can like see the video go darker though as the night is literally drawing upon us, so that's why I feel very rushy McGee. So penny savings challenge was at, so it's at 78.71 minus £56.26, which is £22.45, which is great. Also, I think my laptop must have been making a hell of a noise because it just feels like it's gone really quiet all of a sudden. Water bill got its £27 as budgeted. General annual got its 21. IC subs got its 21, and Virgin Atlantic got its 14. General annual, I think there's a Ring doorbell payment coming out in January, so I might be drawing up on that. I haven't put it in the budget yet. I need to double check the date, but I'll be doing that when I make my new, draw up my binder so I can edit that, but the money's there ready to go. And then Future, right, this is the confusing one. I've not added it to the budget purely because I didn't want to add it in because it was basically coming, I don't really know how to describe it other than I've just got some extra money in Future. So basically I added £50 for the 52 week savings challenge, then I added another £70 which was budgeted. My parents have kindly gifted us quite a lot of money to go towards the wedding, of which a big payment came out for the venue deposit. So rather than me adding it to the savings challenge and everything and it giving like almost like a false reading, I'm making a note of it separately outside of the challenge, because basically even with their money I still want to be saving up that extra 10 grand. So this is basically the change of what's left over from what they gave us. Then also I got £1,000 gifted from my grandma at Christmas. So again, that went directly into the wedding as well. So yeah, this one's gone up quite a bit. And then I've obviously, there's drips and drabs that went into it, such as what was left over from Christmas, what was left over from future, or some of the 52 week, etc. So I'm going to do a bit of a summary in my cash stuffing video of where that's up to. I think for the sake of the cash stuffing though, I'm only going to put in what I put into it, and then leave the other stuff as a, you know, like not add it to the challenge, if that makes sense. Just because I want to count how much we're putting towards it. So yeah, that's a bit of a confusing one, but that has definitely jumped up. And also we're getting quite a lot on interest in it, because our interest gets paid out monthly with Monzo. So we're getting about like £16 a month on that one, so that's really good. Round 'em Up Cowboy went from £73.57 to £90.96. So 97, sorry. 73.57. So that's £17.40. Which is really good. So for anyone who's new here, our Round 'em Up Cowboy is our account that our joint account basically rounds up into. So anything we spend in our joint account goes into Round 'em Up Cowboy. Penny savings challenges, anything I spend from my virtual cards, I manually round it into the penny savings challenge. So if I get something that's like £1.90, I'll put that extra 10p into the penny savings challenge. Home improvement was at 40, got up to £60 because I put in £20 budget. Eating out was at 0, it was left at 6, but I've removed that £6 and put into the penny savings challenge because I basically run eating out to 0 every month. Health, hair and beauty was at 88, it's now down to 22. I've not noted exactly what I've spent in it, but I think it was things like well, health, hair and beauty. I'm trying to think what it was now. I don't think it was gifts, because that would have come out of Christmas. There's definitely something, hair, beauty, clothes, it was something like that. I think, oh, it might have been a new dress, to be fair. Hobbies and entertainment was at 0, it's now at 27. And birthdays and gifts was at 19, it's now at 17. £30 budgeted, and some money went out to my friend because it was her birthday in December. So I bought her like a bottle of champagne and some flowers. So that's the summary of December. So a bit confusing, a bit all over the place. But yeah, really chuffed how that's going up now. That's doing really well, and really happy with the emergency fund. It just took a bit of understanding in my brain why it had gone all over the place. Right, so to close out fully December, let's go to the penny savings challenge. I didn't fill out any of these in the end. So for next year, let me zoom out. I'm not going to put any of my savings stuff in the binder. I'm just going to do it as like the smaller challenges or anything that's in my other cash stuffing binder, because the thing is, this is like a long-term savings, but obviously the binder just runs through to 2020, well, the whole of 2025. I will keep this one in though, just because I have printed it. So let's look. We have Round 'em Up Cowboy is in green, so we'll do that one first. So £17.40 minus £3.32 minus £3.31 minus £3.30 minus £3.29 minus £3.28 leaves 90p. Do we have 90p? We do have 90p. finally getting out these threes, hopefully. I say that as if we've not still got 2 rows of threes, but it's getting there. Honestly, I think once these threes are done, it'll shoot on down. But I think reality is it won't be till the end of next year that I've actually finished this. I think what I'll do going forward is doing the smaller savings challenge, which is like 1 to 100. So yeah, I'll look into doing that. And then, so that's the Random Up Cowboy, and then the penny savings challenge, we had £22.45 minus 3.27 minus 3.26 minus 3.25 minus 3.24 minus 3.23 minus 3.22 . So this whole row's complete now, which is fab. Yeah, no, I definitely, me realising this is obviously great TV of me just colouring it. Gonna look at doing a new challenge. I'm sure there was one where I worked it out that it would save like a round number, because you know this saves like 671. I'm sure it saves something round, but it like the number of days was like a random number of days. So I think it might have been, oh I don't know, maybe 200 days, but it had to be like 201 to save something round. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And then £2.98, which we do have. So yeah, I'm going to do that going forward, I think, because as fun as this is, it's just not going down quick enough, is it? But yeah, like I say, I think as soon as you sort of get past this level, I think it will just shoot on down, so fab. Bro, well that's it for my December close down. I hope you've all enjoyed. Apologies, it was all a bit all over the place. I'm sorry for it being so late. I appreciate it's almost like the 5th of Jan. I still need to do my January. I've roughly done my January budget, as in I've done the big moves I need to do, but I need to just write it all up. So I will do that video next, probably tomorrow now, and then I'm going to do the sort of new binder setup as well with that. So hopefully there'll be 2 more videos, and then I won't lie, I probably won't end up doing a cash stuffing at all until week 2 of Jan. So when I do that, obviously I'll post it, but I've got some new envelopes I need to make. I just say I need to make, like I've got blank ones, I'll obviously fill it in, but I just need to get the trackers sorted. So there's a new Christmas one I want to do, and there's the replacement for what will be the 52-week savings challenge that I'm going to do, so I need to just get that sorted as well. So yeah, I think cash stuffing won't be until like mid-Jan, I don't think. I say that as if it's not nearly coming up to mid-Jan soon, I think, by the time I record it and stuff. Anyway, I hope you've all had an amazing Christmas and you've enjoyed it, and I hope your budgeting went to plan and everything was good. Let me know if you've got any videos where you're doing your savings goals, because I'm still not sure what savings goals I want to do. I'm still a bit up in the air. One's definitely a wedding one, one's definitely going to be a debt one, and then I've got 2 more goals potentially to fill. I don't want them to be too ridiculous, I want them to be quite pragmatic goals, but I think they still need to be like a bit of a stretch. So yeah, tag me in any of your savings goals videos, because I'd love to find out what you are doing. Well, it's lovely to, catch up with you guys, even though I obviously can't see the other side, but it feels like I'm talking to you guys. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.